What's happening, guys? Today is Monday, May 5th. What's that, 15th? Yeah. We are at the Loves in Prosser, Washington right now. I'm going to head out of here now and go pick up our reload. I'll be reloading at Lineage Logistics, formerly known as Preferred Freezer, in Richland, which is about a little over 30-mile drive from here. Should be there by about 4:45. It's just after 1600 local time now, so about 1700, 1645-ish is when I expect I'll probably be there. What are they building here? I don't know if they're building a truck stop or something else over here. I'm curious. I don't come here enough to have a real good grasp of what's going on here. I didn't ask either, so when I saw it, when I was looking at it when I got here, I was like, I don't know. I don't know if that's big enough lot to be a truck stop, but I don't know. Looking at it, it looks like it could potentially be big enough, but not a huge one, that's for sure. Alright, so I ended up doing a whole 34-hour reset here because they didn't have any loads available for the weekend. I'm not surprised. Freight's been on the light side. You guys might have seen that video of I was saying freight out of California was light. Weekends in general, anyway, tend to be on the light side anyway, but with this freight market too, the economy slowing down, I can't really say it surprises me that I had let me make sure I should have went and cleaned my windshield off before leaving, but because I got bug guts and stuff. There's a dead cat right there. Bummer. We're going to get on the eastbound side of 82. Interstate 82 for you guys who are not familiar with the area. Washington, Interstate 82 is about 130 miles from one end of the, basically from I-90 to the Oregon line at the Columbia River. And we're getting on here at exit 82 right now. So we're a little bit more than halfway toward Oregon from I-90. Alright, I will have some accelerated stuff here for you. I'm not going to have you guys going through another 50-plus minute long video if I don't need to. I don't think I have that much I really need to talk about anyway, so I do anticipate running at least some of this at higher speed. I'm going to do that right here on the interstate as much as I can. So, alright, just one kind of little thing I guess I can talk about here. Prosser didn't seem like it was a really bad spot to stop overall. Now, I don't know about the restaurant I ate at this morning. But Prosser in general, I mean, there's like a sidewalk thing that I guess you can call like a bike path or whatever the hell that thing is, right there in front of the Loves. And you can walk on it all the way down into town and be in at least a somewhat more safe environment to, if you want to get out and, just check out the town just on foot or whatever. I ended up walking about a half mile or so to a local restaurant, Rossi Diner or something. I can't remember what it was called. It was something along that line. Just go straight down the street that Loves is on. Not the street that I came out on, but the street that I turned onto to get to the interstate. Anyway, I get in there. It's not a very big place there. It's pretty small, actually. And as soon as I get in there, I'm like, what did I just walk myself into? Because I just wanted to have breakfast. I just figured, pancakes or French toast or something, some sausage and eggs and stuff and whatever. Thinking not much of it. And, as soon as I walk in there, it was most of the tables were occupied, but now almost all of them are occupied by people who were old enough to be my parents. Or so it seems, or or maybe my older siblings or something that like really old Scenics. Now, I would say I'm age 49, but I swear that when I walked in there, I was the youngest guy in there by at least a decade. And it's not trying to bag on you guys who are in the geriatric group, guys, or seniors, whatever you want to call yourselves. I don't care, but I'm not quite there yet. But here's the thing: when I see nothing but geriatrics there and nobody at all who's more maybe my age or younger or something, it automatically makes me wonder how good the quality of the food is and service. Because let's face it, seniors tend to not have as refined palates or taste buds as a younger crowd might tend to be, because of the aging process. So, they don't tend to have necessarily strict standards on how good the food must be for them to eat there. And then, normally though, you think that seniors would be eating at a place that's not so expensive either. At face value, I got that number 2 meal, whatever they call it. It was a couple of pancakes. They weren't even that huge. It just looked like the kind that I would make on my griddle at home. They're not like Black Bear Diner sized pancakes by any stretch. 2 of those, 2 sausage links, or 2 bacon strips, whatever you prefer. I had scrambled eggs with cheese. I normally do my eggs over easy though, but so I did that, and then I got white toast to go with it as a side. But now I think it was $12.95 or something for the plates. Okay, no big deal. And then she asked me if I wanted coffee. I'm like, no, I do not do coffee. That stuff tastes like shit to me. I'm sorry. I know you guys, a lot of you guys like coffee. I don't. I love the smell of it. Don't get me wrong. Oh, it is great aromatherapy, but it is completely worthless as a drink to me. It is fucking nasty as far as I'm concerned, as far as the taste is. So, I don't need to get my caffeine fix from coffee. Sorry, guys. So orange juice it was. Once all was said and done, I ended up paying over $23. That's not even counting the tip. But that's how much. That's how much the billed amount was just for myself for that meal. And it's like, man, it's a little on the pricey side for what I actually got. So I don't know about this place. I'm getting it's on the warm side here. My thermometer, whatever you want to call it, was telling me it was like 99 degrees when I first started my truck up. It says it's 86 now, but keep in mind I'm up here on this little plateau thing, or whatever you want to call this. I don't know. Alright, so I do have one other thing I forgot to talk about in that last video where I was talking about noise, about fatigue sources. I talked about noise fatigue. I talked about spatial hypoxia, or hypoventilation is another way I guess we could refer to it. What I forgot to talk about was digestion. When you eat food, especially if you eat a more hearty meal, your body starts redirecting a lot of the blood from all your other body parts toward your stomach to aid a digestion process. It makes all the, let's say your pancreas, liver, and all that kind of stuff do more work, and then your stomach turns and stuff, trying to pulverize the food that's in there or whatever, digest it. So it borrows some of the blood, oxygen-carrying blood from your extremities, including your head. And it tends to give you a more tired feel. So a very common thing in Thanksgiving time frame. People always I like to say that you get tired from Thanksgiving feast because of the tryptophan that's in the turkey. In reality, there are quite a few other foods that have more tryptophan in them than turkey has. And the reason why you really get tired is not the tryptophan, but it's all about you just ate a big meal. your body's trying to digest it now. Watch what a snake does. If you know anything about snakes at all, I learned this from an old coworker, the same guy who I was talking about not long ago. I think in the last video, yeah, the one who taught me about spatial hypoxia. Now he's a reptile, expert too. He has like a lot of snakes at his home, and so he knows a lot about herpetology, I guess you'd call it. But I remember there was a time when I was living in Highland. I ended up finding, while I was geocaching, a snake. It was actually a rattlesnake. Believe it or not, I actually picked it up and carried it over to where my wife and kids were all at. They had already gone ahead toward our SUV. And I was like, hey, check this out. I had no idea that the thing was actually what he called dormant. It was still alive, but it wasn't making any effort to try to bite me or anything like that. Call me crazy, but it didn't rattle its tail, it didn't coil up, didn't try to strike me or anything. So I'm like, what is up with this? So I asked my coworker friend, his name's Ken. Asked him about that. Well, I took a couple of pictures of it. And I was like, what the hell kind of snake is this thing? I don't even know. We have a lot of maybe some diamondbacks, Mojave greens, sidewinders and stuff in my part of the country, but this particular one I wasn't really familiar with. I ended up finding out it was a Southern Pacific rattler, and Ken was telling me about how the reason why it didn't do anything was because it probably had just finished eating and was going through its digestion process, so it went we call dormant, where it just was pretty much defenseless. I was actually moving up a bunch of some kind of like weird brushy whatever stuff that I thought maybe the geocache was hiding in. This was on the way up between Highland and Running Springs, California. Starting all the way up the mountain northeast of San Bernardino, to kind of help give you guys an idea where I'm talking about. But yeah, it's hang on. So I learned something new about snake behavior from him, and it kind of ties in with what I'm talking about here. When you go to eat, you're digesting, you get tired. You don't want to do anything because all you feel like doing is sleeping, because all your blood and oxygen are going to your stomach. So my point here is, when you're driving, if you don't want to get sleepy while driving, avoiding eating big meals while you're in the middle of your shift or even early in your shift, whatever, might be a good idea. I tend to not want to eat too big a meal even at the end of my shift, because then for me personally, it'll take forever to digest, and I'll have a nightmare of a time trying to get to sleep. I'll probably get acid reflux or gassiness in my stomach or whatever it is that's it just causes discomfort for me and can't sleep. So that's one of the easy way I can effectively maintain my weight is when I do eat. I either eat earlier or kind of more in the middle of the shift, and I don't eat too much. I eat a smaller amount then, and then I might eat I might snack again or something, maybe on some carrots or an apple or something when I get back there to the bunk. Just to kind of satisfy me or whatnot, and then hit the sack. But yeah, as long as I'm not eating too big a meal, there's not so much for my stomach to have to try to work on. So it actually helps me out. I don't get so sleepy, but yeah, try to if you do that, you eat a bigger meal and then start driving. About a couple hours later, watch what happens. Usually about 2 to 3 hours after you eat, you're gonna, or at least for me, I start getting lethargic, lightheaded, whatever, and it's like, man, I could definitely go for a nap. So that's the last thing I was intending to talk about in that last video. Did not have time to, and I forgot about it anyway. Alright, we've been on the road here just over 10 miles now. I'm going to go and accelerate it until we get off the freeway. We're going to end up taking, there are a couple of route options here. I can either take, what's that, 224 across from Benton City, which is coming up pretty fast here. I'm not so sure it's as friendly a truck route though, so I see a good chunk of it going through West Richland, and it's probably, yeah, I know there's going to be traffic lights and stuff. If you take 182 to the east toward Tri-Cities instead, and then take the State Route 240 route, that is a few extra miles, but it's just as quick as going through West Richland, and probably a little bit less headache going that way. So that's the way I'm going to take this shipper. So, all right, we'll talk a little bit some more about that when we're getting over there to near the customer. Loaded truck trying to pass an empty truck up a hill.
Yep, there's a lot of that stupidity around
today. Young grasser hopper has a few things to learn, I take it. Funny thing is, I knew he was going to do it before we even started going up the hill.
Well, he didn't block you, did he?
He got up next to me just a little bit ahead, and then all of a sudden lost all its momentum while I kept my speed. Guys, we're getting off of Interstate 182 eastbound onto westbound 240. We're almost into Richland now. I do see, looks like might be some traffic delays at an intersection I'm going to be needing to use up ahead. As you guys might have seen, I went back to normal speed briefly for something there, and this is a good lesson for you guys who are newer at trucking etiquette. If you are loaded, and especially if you're heavy, and you see an uphill grade coming up, and you're right behind a slower truck. Let's see. I need to just keep going straight. All right. So, all right. You see a slightly slower truck, and you're getting ready to go up a hill, before you commit to trying to go around that other truck, do yourself and the other driver a favor. Take a look at their trailer doors, if they're box or reefer trailer. Because if they're a box van or a reefer trailer, you're going to lose momentum. All you're going to do is piss them off. If you try to pass them and end up losing all your momentum right in front of them and become a problem for them, and they have to go right back around you. Pick and choose your battles, guys. Don't. And this is stupid BMW driver doesn't pay any attention. Only cares about trying to go around me and tailgate like a fucking moron, you stupid idiot. Not using your turn signals either. Alright. But, yeah, it's pick and choose your battles. This job requires patience. Now, he had an opportunity to try to pass me a little bit earlier than he did, but he did not do so. And, you know, and then, as you saw there, he tried to pass me, but because I'm empty, and it's very easy to tell if I'm empty. You're more likely to be empty because my trailer doors do not have a seal on them. His trailer door probably was sealed. Mine is not. As you saw, he lost his momentum. I kept my speed right up around 60. I was doing 63 originally, and I went down to about 60 going up the hill, but he lost more of his momentum once he was in the middle of trying to pass me. So, guys, I've made the same mistake myself. It happens every so often. Yeah, even if you're an experienced driver, you might kind of succumb to the impatience and have that overwhelming urge to try to go around the guy who's just plain annoying you. But trust me, you're in much better shape if you just stay behind them when you see that you have an uphill grade coming. You know, especially if you're heavy. Even if the other guy's loaded, the other guy might be lighter. It's better to know for sure if you're dealing with the guy who with another driver, female or male, doesn't matter. Confirm whether they're light or... Alright, so it's... I need to make sure I'm not going to miss my turn. Yeah, we've got a little bit way to go here. Alright, so yeah, that's something a lot of inexperienced truckers especially are prone to doing, that it just, you know, really chagrins a lot of experienced drivers. I knew it was going to happen there, and I saw the hill coming. I just knew he was going to do it. And so you even heard me make, I think you even heard me make a comment about how I bet you he's going to try to pass me now going up this hill, and he's probably loaded. Sure enough, exactly what happened. Alright, so just some patience. This kind of work requires patience. A lot of it. So, if you're not a very patient driver, you're going to have a harder time doing... Damn, there's a lot of traffic here in the left lane. Okay, I don't want to go too fast compared to these guys on the next lane, because you never know when one of these guys, again, might get impatient and decide, I don't want to be in this crowd anymore. I'm going to go ahead and come out into the middle lane and try to sneak my way into another, into the crowd somewhere else, or maybe go down the road further and turn around or something. Traffic does this all the time. So, all right, this is Highway 224. This is where I would have been coming from had I actually taken the 224 route. Why be on that kind of road if I don't need to be, though? Alright. But man, that's a lot of traffic trying to get onto 224. Wow. Okay, we're not too far away up here. We're going to be making a left turn to stay on 240 westbound. By the way, this shipper I've been to several times before. I actually have one of my most watched videos that's actually done currently number 4 on my most watched videos list. It's called "Who Taught This Yard Jockey How to Back?" That video was done from this same shipper that we're going to right now. I don't know if the guy who's in that video still works there. I'm not even in the same truck as I was last time. I was in the Peterbilt last time, when I did that video, but I don't know. We'll find out. I'm really actually looking forward to seeing if the guy's still there. And and if he's any better at backing than he was back then. So I catch a lot of flack from people about, well, everyone had to learn something. Why didn't you get your ass out of the truck and help them? Like, well, for one, I've been to a lot of customers where shag drivers are actually get trained by experienced shag drivers, you know, who actually work for that customer. Well, it's not my job to train them on that. It's someone else's, and I'm busy trying to get my own truck on the scale, and he's just in my way. You know, I'm trying to leave, but you know, my thought was, why is this guy not with a trainer if his backing skills are this atrocious? Now, if you haven't seen that video yet, check it out. Now, full disclaimer, the guy was trying to dock in a pup reefer trailer. You know, pup trailers are only about 28 feet long, just a little bit more than half the length of my trailer. And if you don't know much about trailers and how they react to, you know, how quickly and slowly they react to steering inputs and stuff, or pup trailers will get away from you a lot more quickly. Alright, so now that's something I had actually learned from aircraft maintenance. So I started, you know, you guys always like to hear, I think some of you guys at least like to hear some of my Air Force stories and stuff. I started my career as a EC-130 aircraft mechanic, or it was a variant of a special mission variant of the C-130. They are being nice and letting me over, thank you. Now, in that unit I was in, we had two tow bars. We had a long one and a short one. Okay, also, before I go much further, shortly after these railroad tracks, they've got light right up the street here. We're going to make a right turn right there. That is the most convenient way for a truck to get up here to the preferred freezer. It's not the only way you can go, but it's the way that I'm going to go. I knew I hit the curb. It's alright. Went over the curb and didn't curb check, so it's not that bad. Alright, I'm on a white road now, so it's harder for me to see them. Alright, yeah, I know it's a left curve or turn or something coming up here. It's hard to tell on this background. White road on a gray background. There's a truck route sign right here though, so you can also, I've also gone that way there too, but I figured this would be a little more truck friendly way. Anyway, yeah, you know, when I was first learning to tow airplanes, one of the things that I was, the way I got taught on, well, actually how I got my certification and license, whatever, to operate the tow vehicle, was my trainer had like a set of 4 cones set up, and and he told me to do a slalom course using pushing the tow bar in front of the tow vehicle, and doing it in basically doing a slalom course. I had to do it 4 complete laps, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, without jackknifing it at all, and without hitting any of the cones, and then he would sign me off. A couple hours later, I'd already gotten it figured out and done, and we're good to go. And then when I started towing the airplanes, I was noticing a big difference there between towing with the short tow bar versus the long tow bar. A shorter distance there between those fulcrum points. That tow bar, this short tow bar thing will get away from you a lot more quickly. And then the long tow bar, it's more forgiving, but it's harder to get it to do anything. Alright, let me zoom in some more. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna have a right turn up ahead where that truck is there. So he's obviously taking a different route up, or he was already up ahead. No, he was already moving past this intersection, I think. So yeah, he just took a different route, and he might have came down from down by like Quincy or somewhere, coming down this highway. I've used this highway over here as well. I can't remember the highway number, but Get the hell out of my lane, you fucking idiot. That's why you don't cut corners, you moron. Hi, this is Preferred Freezer here. JCT is known to do both drop and hook and live load here, so I came here prepared for both. My reefer unit is at least 3/4 filled, but I also have a pre-cooling to -10 because I am expecting it to be a -10 load. So we'll find out here, and getting here right when I said I was going to get here. It's 16:42 right now, so I did say 16:45 is when I thought I would be here. See if we have any JCT drops over here. I don't know. Last time I was here, we did drops, dropping hooks, but I don't know if we still do. So again, I'm expecting to come here and do a live load. Sure what you were wanting from me. It looked like you were waiting for my bills or something. It's been a while since I've been here.
Have you been here before?
Yes.
All right, here you go, buddy. Thank you. Remember where you're going, right?
Yeah, staging area over there, and then checking over to the office. So all we need here to check in is your ID.
You have 7 hours and 19 minutes of remaining drive time.
Alright, then we're going to come in, come up here to the left. There's going to be a staging lot over here that we can park in. Then the shipping office will be over here as well, not far from the staging lot. And we'll find out what we're doing. Now these are one-way lanes here, so make sure you come in this direction. When you go to leave, you need to go through that lane over here that I just went past. I'm trying to get it in. I can't see through these drop trailers here to see if there are any JCTs over there. I'm not seeing any. So makes it far more likely that I'm going to be live loading. Okay, so we can park either over here on the left or in this row up here. If there are any open over here, yeah, there's an open one over here, it looks like. So yeah, we're gonna be live loading. Pretty certain of it. I don't see any JCT trailers over here. How these guys don't know how to park. There's a fucking line back there. Whenever people park in back-to-back spots, I do this shit. They don't pay any attention to the back of the spot, and they just park wherever they like, you know, wherever they feel like being. Like this guy here is like parking in 2 different spots back here. This guy over to my right is also in 2 different spots. How hard is it to look in your damn mirror and see the fucking line that separates your guy, your spot from the guy, from the one behind you? This place gets on the busy side, you're going to be a problem here. All right, so come on, guys, pay attention. Look in your mirrors when you're parking in these kind of spots. All right, so I'm going to head over here to the shipping office and get checked in. We'll figure out, hopefully get a dock door assignment. Alright, so we'll see you guys in a few. Alright guys, it is 18:19 now. We are ready to dock in. We're going to dock into door 6, which is the one that's right in front of us. It said back in with the doors closed. So, should be fairly easy one here. I don't know, I might need to do a loopy turn to get in here. I don't know. I think my towns are too far out, and I don't think I'm gonna have enough room to do a straight back. But we can give it a try. All right, let's see where that guy's at over there. All right, there he is. 2 doors over. Okay. Do our U-turn setup here. Go ahead and get back over there. Alright, so yeah, I was a little bit mistimed there, but it's alright. Piece of cake here. Get my tandems over there to the center of the spot a little sooner. I need an angle over that way a little harder. Alright, now we can chase it down. Get my drives over. Shit. This freaking power steering sometimes likes to be difficult. Looks like I need to be just a little bit more to the right. Alright, we are perfect right there. So now it should just be straight on back. Come on, you gonna creep or not? Give me a hard time about it. A little bit harder than I meant to, but it's alright. Okay.
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
I'll see how long this takes. It's 18:21 right now, so I don't know, hopefully within the next 2 hours we'll be out of here. Yeah, I'll see how it goes. Alright guys, we're done loading now. It's almost 11 o'clock at night though. 22:54 to be exact. Let's see. See, again, these guys are all parked like shit, so now I can't even park here. Oh, you know what? I bet you they, bet you he pulled my red flat hand. And so, I can't even park in these spots here now because these fucking morons are parked like that. Every damn one of them, so I'm gonna probably have to go park in the back row if there are even any spots open. Let me double check what I'm working with back here. I don't know if the trailer's sealed or not. If not, I'm gonna put load locks in. Alright, trailer is already sealed as I expected it would be. So we'll just head over into that back row over there and he did say I was going to need a ticket from the shipping office to use the scale. They do charge $10 for the scale. It's been a while though. See, I think it says minus 360. So I don't know I even want to use that scale. It says minus 360 when there's nobody even on it. Yeah, that's not really conducive.
But the runners advanced, Taylor's in third, and Freeman's in second. 2 gone.
I've been listening to the Dodger game. They had the lead, but then they blew it.
Intentionally because you got Trey Thompson on that.
Yeah, and they actually were in the 11th inning.
It's distracting to the kid. Quite frankly, with 2 strikes and having to be taking off. Well, what would you rather have? Once he's hit 2 home runs, he's also got a single or for Trace Thompson, who has been
here. Oh, actually, since that guy just left, I can actually park in this spot over here where we just vacated. Now look at this. This guy's like halfway in the front spot, half in the back. This guy here's at least several feet in. The other guy's even more. Like, how stupid can you guys be? So many people get taught wrong. They line up with the line up here.
He's got a chance to forget all of that. Well, he's only one hit away from
I'm waiting. See, I'm trying to get my ICC bar to line up with. I think that's good.
They're loaded 2 out. Iron inside, one ball, no strikes.
So look how much further ahead of these guys I am because they park like fucking morons.
He walked to New Orleans.
Alright, I'm gonna go get see if I can get checked out, whatever, find out how it is gonna be on the heavier side load. My tandems are the 40-foot mark right now, and I'm at 32,500 on my gauge, so pretty sure it'll be heavy enough to want to scale it. I don't think it's going to be a problem though. Alright, so we'll continue this on the way out of here. Alright guys, we are ready to roll here. Actually, you may get the yard move first.
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
Oh, come on. Alright, so it's like I said, it is a heavy load, but I don't want to use this scale because when it's, now it's saying 0, so I could have gone over it, but I don't know, it might give me some readings, but I don't really need a certified ticket. My tandems are too far out anyway, so I figured I'll head over to the Loves in Pasco anyway to get a cat scale regardless, and fresh drink, whatever. So we'll do that. It's really not much out of the way to do that. I don't remember that over there. That's for employees only anyway, as far as I know. Now we had to come through this side and then through that same guard shack we came out, or we came in at. Alright, so it was a really long pickup time. It's already coming up on 23:30. That was with the 17:30 appointment time, so it looked like it'd be about 4 hours of detention pay. I can't complain. It's it's not going to affect my ability to get to my receiver on time. Also, should still easily get there. I'll have to double check what my ETA is, but I do anticipate getting there well in advance. I know there was a carrier facility across the street. Used to just be this place only. Another reason to stop at Love's, I guess, would be this window. I mean, this windshield is pretty messed up with all the bug guts. Although I'm gonna need to get fuel soon anyway, but I'm anticipating doing that at Space Age Travel Center over in Oregon. I should have enough fuel to get over in that area. Get better price fuel over there than I can over here, I believe. So. Alright, so where is this load going to? So I'm not gonna make this too long here for you guys. You guys are gonna see the same route back to I-182 anyway. I'll just go east on 182 over to 395, head north. The very first exit, I think it is where the Flying J and Loves are at. So I'll stop at one of those two, hit the skill, and get rolling from there. Where I'm rolling to, the load is going to Shawnee, Kansas. Now Shawnee is is a suburb of Kansas. It's called the southwest suburb of Kansas City, just north of Olathe. If you guys are, JCT drivers, you might know very well that we do a lot of Olathe pickups at the Tyson plant and the Lineage Logistics over there. So I'd take a wild guess that that's where my next load is going to be picking up at. But all right, that's about it there. So go Dodgers! They ended up winning on a walk-off walk. All right. Otherwise, yeah, I get rolling to Shawnee, and that one delivers Thursday night at 2200. So I do anticipate getting into the area sooner than that, and maybe hanging out with my good friend Daniel, who runs local routes now back and forth between Milan, Missouri, and KC area. So I don't know, maybe I'll get a chance to hang out with him for a bit. Alright, otherwise, don't need to drag this on. Yeah, you guys know where it's heading to now, how this all went. I have no idea if that shag driver who was part of my number 4 watch video is still there. Let's wait on him. He's clear. So, alright, you all have a great night. Alright, I'll kind of discuss the routing when I get over there, I guess, and why I pick what route I take and all that. So, you all have a great night. We'll see you in Shawnee, Kansas. Alright, we'll see you later.